Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny, and today we are doing my deck of TBR for the month of June, and we will be keeping in mind the prompts for Whatever-A-Thon that is hosted by Maddie from Book Browsing Blog. I will be roughly participating in that. I am Team Comrades of Chaos, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing what the deck of TBR has in store for me, so let's jump into that. And before we jump into the draws for this month, how did I do last month? I did not complete my TBR. I did read 3 of the books, so I read One Last Stop, I read Soul Tourist, and I read His Only Wife. I started reading The Great Offshore Grounds, but I am like 2 chapters into this, so definitely not gonna finish that by the end of the month. And then I did like a try a chapter tag sort of moment with this, and I just was not at all interested, so I knew pretty much from that moment that I was not going to read this month. So that is going back on the TBR. So that means that I do not get to pick a prompt and remove it from the board. So that's a bummer, but let's move on. All right, so I will be drawing 6 cards again, and I need to replace the Joker book. I already took it off. I actually filmed this video, or tried to film this video twice, and it was such a chaotic day in my house that I was being constantly interrupted. So I had to go back to my last video and see where everything was on the board and put it back the way it was. So I think I got everything exactly how it was, but I might not have. So putting Arabian Nights back in there, and then we will stir these up in here. And the one that's going to go on there for this month, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, it never wants to focus on it, is Tail Chaser's Song, which I have had for a very long time. It's from probably one of the first book bath boxes that Winks from Winks and Ink did, and yeah, I've had that for a while and still haven't read it. Justin's read it. I just haven't. Alright, so let's shuffle the cards and we will draw the first one. And we have 9 of Diamonds. So 9 of Diamonds is a hardcover, which that's great. That's easy. So let's see what we have for that. All right, so I'm going to start out with a book that I don't actually own. It's from the library, but it's called When You Get the Chance. And this is a book about, I think they're teens and maybe young adults, or like 20-somethings, I'm not sure, but essentially they are on a road trip to Pride, which is something that I did many a time in my early 20s, late teens. So this is something that I have been very interested in and wanted to read since I heard about it. So my library had it and I grabbed a copy of it. So I'm definitely going to be reading this. June is a great month for it. And yeah, so first book on my TBR is When You Get the Chance. All right, so we're going to put that back in the deck, and then we are going to, didn't know what I did with my prompt bag. We're going to replace that one with Instagram poll. This actually would work out pretty well because one of the prompts for Whatever-A-Thon is to pick a book based on a poll, so that would work out well. All right, let's give that one more shuffle and see what card number 2 is. We have 9 of Hearts. So 9 of Hearts is a beautiful book. Editing Jenny here. And I am editing this and I saw that and I went, no it's not. I did not pull that prompt from the right category. We're gonna roll with it because clearly it's too late now, but in case you saw that, I definitely saw that in editing, but didn't notice at the time. I like these, ooh, almost knocked it over. I like these vague prompts. So beautiful book, that is definitely going to be easy because there are a couple of books that I really want to get to this month that are beautiful books. For beautiful book, I am going with Love in Color, Mythical Tales from Around the World Retold. So these are retellings of mythical tales with people of color as the main characters, and I heard about this on Simon from Savage Reads channel, and I've been really excited about it ever since. So yes, I'm stoked to get this one on my TBR, and this is an absolutely gorgeous cover. It's one of my favorite covers recently. All right, let's replace that prompt with a book on a shortlist prize. This is great timing, although we want to steer clear of those 9s if we can, because one more 9 and I have to add a book, so we'll put that back into the deck. But that prompt is great because I am trying to read the Women's Prize shortlist before the announcement of the winner in July. I think it's in July. And I am on the library hold list for Claire Fuller's Unsettled Ground, and there's like 8 people behind me. So when that comes up, I'm going to have to read it really quickly. So it would be nice to be able to get it on this TBR. So now we're on to book number 3, which is a 3 of Diamonds. So 3 of Diamonds is part of a series. So this one might be hard for me. Let me see what I can find. So for part of a series, I don't know if this is sort of cheating because they're not actually like a sequential series. It's more of companion novels within a world. But I think they still call it the Wayfarer's series, like the Wayfarer's Quartet, so we're going to count it. This is The Galaxy and the Ground Within by Becky Chambers, and I've had this since it came out in the UK, and I have just not gotten to it, so now is my chance, and I'm very excited about this. All right, so let's replace that one with Colorful Spine. Right, and we'll shuffle in that 3 and see what else we get. I really hope I get at least 1 king, because seeing as this is the this readathon that I'm participating in June is based on Maddie's readathon, I feel like I should play Dart Attack at least once. So let's hope for a king. And we have a 2 of Spades, which is short stories or essays. I think I have something that will work for that. So that's a good one. So for short story or essays, I'm going with Here for It by R. Eric Thomas. Well, I said Thompson. R. Eric Thomas. And this is a queer memoir or essays. I mean, they're essays for sure, but I think it is memoir-esque. I don't know. I'm very excited about this, as I've said about most of these books. This is something that I heard a lot about, I think, last year, because I want to say it was published last year. Yeah, 2020 was when this first came out, and I had been waiting on the audiobook, and I'll have to check and see if I can find the audiobook for this, because I feel like maybe the author narrates it, and that would be fantastic. But even if not, I am ready to read this, and again, this is a really good pick for Pride Month. So yeah, and Comrades of Chaos, team color is pink, so that's very helpful. All right, and let's see what we're replacing that one with. We have, ooh, matches my outfit. I am wearing boring clothes today, so if that one comes up, it is not going to be a fun looking book. It's going to be a very boring book, so let's hope that comes up on a different day. All right, so put that 2 back in there, and let's see what we get for draw number 5. We have a 5 of Spades. So 5 of Spades is letter. So for letter, we are going to have to randomly generate a letter. So let me pull up a random letter generator. And honestly, this is going to depend on what the letter is, on whether or not we go with author or title. I think it could be either one. So let me screen record so you can see this. But we are going to click. What? What? Well, O is the one that was already there, so maybe if I just refresh it? Yes, refresh helped. So the letter is D, and let's see what we have for D. For letter D, I'm going with yet another queer book. So this is Detransition Baby. This was on the Women's Prize for Fiction long list, and Tori Peters is a trans woman, and so this is a book about, I believe, a trans woman who is detransitioning, so transitioning back to being a man for various complicated reasons, and there's like a family dynamic here, and I think there is a child involved. Someone gets pregnant. Yeah, this sounds really interesting, and most of the people that I've seen read this have raved about it, and all people that I trust their opinions, so I knew that I had to read it. And yeah, this is also a gorgeous cover. And then we will replace letter with verb in the title. I always almost knock this thing over trying to put these on here. Clearly my board needs a little bit more stability. All right, we're gonna shuffle that back in. And then, let's see. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. If this is not a king, then maybe I will add an extra book on the end that I'll pick with my dartboard. Let's hope this is a king, honestly. And it totally is! Oh my gosh, that's really exciting, because I was like, I'm gonna dread adding an additional book onto here, because I have not been reading more than 6 books in a month, but Deck of TBR threw me a solid. No one wants them to throw solids. Anyways, so it's a king. It's the King of Diamonds. Look at this ridiculous card. This is why I love these Star Wars cards. These are the Mandalorian ones. I don't think I said that, but they're from Theory 11, and I love their cards. So, we got a king. So, let's go throw a dart. Okay, you're gonna forgive me for any crazy lighting. I have this hanging up in my hallway, and I have my weighted blanket on the floor to protect our wood floors. Since the last time I used this dartboard, I added Velcro strips so that I can put the prompts on the board and make it easier to see what the prompt was, because the way I had it before just wasn't working. So we're going to add the prompts. So we have place in the title, we have paperback, we have book with 2 perspectives, we have pick a book without looking, we have the Reading Women Challenge, which is the Reading Women Challenge. It's set up on Storygraph, so I would pick from the prompts for that. We have a seasonal book. We have listen to a Libro FM ARC. We have low rated. Don't want that one. So let's not aim for dark orange. The Epic but Incomplete Indie Challenge. So that is on the Storygraph, and that is a list of independent, it's basically a list of prompts that you fit with an independent publisher. And then we have Treat Yourself, which I would love that. We have most from anticipated books list. So I have a list of my most anticipated books for this year, and I would just pick from that. And I have diverse spines, hashtag diverse spines, which is an Instagram hashtag that I would pick a book from. We have the Read Harder, Book Riot's Read Harder book challenge, Animal on the cover. We have Set in Space and Read More Indie Challenge. And that one's another Storygraph challenge with indie bookstores in mind. I think that one's an actual list of indie bookstores. So we are going to throw a dart. I'm out of frame. We're going to throw a dart. And I have my nice rainbow darts to go with my nice rainbow board. And see what we get. The bullseye is Mood Read. And then the black ring, so the outer bullseye, that would be one of my TBR jars. So probably my 2020 TBR jar, because it's, you know, it's exciting to get a bullseye, so you want to pick a book that's exciting, and those are things that I am excited to read. So you won't be able to see me throw it, but you will see it hit the board. Let's go. And I missed. I missed really good. I missed again. If I missed 3 times, I have to add a book, even though this is just like a subset of the TBR game. So I'm mad at that dart. Let's switch darts, because of course it's the dart's fault, not user error. Okay, we got something. So we have Dark Purple, which is Place in the title. And I think I have the perfect book for that. And then last but not least, our dart picked us a book with a place in the title, which was actually harder than I expected it to be. I said I had a book in mind, and that book was Cantoros, but I actually don't think that Cantoros is a place. Like, I couldn't find anything on the cover of the book or like in the first few pages that reference Cantoros as being like a place. So I can't pick that one. I ended up going with another book that I bought around the same time, which is The Undocumented Americans. Obviously, America is in the title. And this is, again, essays, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. But this I've heard nothing but incredible things about, and I'm kind of mad that it has taken me this long to read it. So I am grateful to the darts that this is on my TBR for the month. All right, so here we go. These are the books that I'm reading this month. And unfortunately, there are 2 books that I was not able to fit on here. One of them could have fit, which is The Adventures of China Iron. China, if you read it just straight off the page without knowing that it's supposed to be pronounced China, looks like China, which is a place. But China Iron is a name, so that's what we're not doing that. And I also kind of really wanted to read The Undocumented Americans, so yes. But this is the book from our indie press for the month, which is Charo Press, and this is my pick, so hoping to also squeeze this one in. And then I mentioned at the beginning that I would need to fit Claire Fuller's Unsettled Ground in at some point, so that definitely has to get read, and it's not on here, so we will definitely be squeezing that one in. All right, well, this is it, and wish me good luck, and I will see you guys next time.